Nicole Show today and invite somebody that's starting a business, that want to start a business, and they want to be here with us on today. So let's get started. Let me invite my guest into the room. His name again is Mr. DP. We're gonna let him tell you who he is. Hold on one second. Hi D, how are you on today?
Hey, how you doing? How you
I'm
been?
doing I'm doing well, and I've been all right. How you been?
Oh, I'm keeping it moving. I'm always happy. Always happy.
Yay.
So we
So can
keeping things working.
you know what? That's amazing. I'm so glad you're always keeping things working. Can you tell our viewers who you are and where you are from?
Okay, well, my name is Donald Paredes, aka a lot of people call me the exoticpreneur, which is we define our purpose and we wear it with pride. So what I do and my team do is we help people define their purpose by developing their niche in the marketplace and help them with personal and business development skills on and offline to help them basically define their purpose and wear with pride. You're going to hear that a lot, so don't be surprised. What we do here is I actually have a background in marketing, but I didn't start the traditional way. So I didn't actually complete college to understand marketing. I actually started my marketing as a graphic designer and print broker in the city of Detroit. And I developed my skill sets over the last 16 years, developing individuals, specifically in small business and specialized communications in print and media. And I actually specialize actually in the nightclub and exotic entertainment industry, um, primarily because it was the only industry that was available that could appreciate true glamour art and had the budget for it at the time. Because they at that time they wasn't doing tasteful advertisements and they wasn't doing story driven artwork. So because that was something that I was very passionate about, I actually wanted to. I actually at the time I was only 22 at the time, and being an artist, I was actually soliciting trying to work for Disney and Pixar.
Mm.
However, you got to get in through a hookup, so I wasn't hooked up at the time. So I had to. I was out in California for a little while, and I had to get my butt back here, and that's
Mhm.
when I found the opportunity in that world to get started, and I ended up blowing up. So I ended up staying in that market longer than I anticipated, but because of that market, it afforded me a lot of skill sets that we use now today. But it also allowed me to be able to meet some very influential people all over the world, from Grant Cardone, who is a noted billionaire, to Jack Fallon, Stormy Wellington, um, um, oh, classic millionaires like a man in the name of Bill Britt. Um, I can go on and on and on about that. These are all master marketers who educated me in the art of marketing, and the art of actually communication, effective communications, and actually put me in a position where that as the markets change, the principles are the same, and how you actually learn those principles, you'll be able to market and master your niche in any area, in any market, no matter what your background is. So that's what I do.
Thank you so much for letting all of our viewers know exactly what it is that you do. And so I just want to recap for those that are just tuning in. We have Don Paredes. He is the CEO of the Exoticpreneur, and he is from the exotic entertainment business, but he gained so many insight as to how to structure your business, market your business, and some of those things he already had knew, but he learned how to take his area expertise to the next level. And so he is a man that wears many hats, and it's not just because he just got into that one field, but I what I love about Don, he is a very humble person. And I happened to meet him at an event, and I didn't even know that he knew as much as he knew, but I was connected to him instantly because I'm like, I need I need more structure in my business. And so that's the one thing that I was lacking. And I'm not afraid to honestly admit that, because I'm like, okay, here it is. I'm a business owner and I don't have a lot of different systems set into place. And so I was like, I need to reach out to this young man and be a part of what he has going on, because I love the way he moves. And so I wanted to bring him on the show today so he can help somebody else that may be struggling in their business and they need to know how to come out of it, how to structure their business, because sometimes we can have the best business idea but don't have the structure. You don't
Hmm.
have the foundation. And so
Hmm.
you just got to be honest with yourself. And so I'm one of the ones that was not honest with myself. And so I knew I needed something. And so I was looking for it in other people, and they didn't have what I need. It's like I got what I need from them in that moment, but I was missing one more piece. And so Don is the piece that I need. And so I wanted to bring him on so he can help educate us about mastering our niche and setting the foundation, because we have so many viewers from all over the world that are business owners thinking about starting a business. If I can give you one piece of advice before we really get into the meat, because he's going to drop so many jewels to you. So I want you to be prepared. So make sure you grab a pencil, make sure you grab some paper or your notebook if it's on your computer, because you need to get these tools. These is information that is very beneficial to you, because like me, when I opened my business in 2017, I knew I wanted to start a business. I didn't know what it was all going to look like, but I knew I wanted to do something focusing on health and wellness. And so what it was, okay, I started my business and I had this young lady, she helped me set it up, but she didn't say, this is how you're supposed to structure it. This is what you're supposed to do. This is the route you're supposed to take. I was dumbfounded because I'm like, oh, I got a business and this is how it's supposed to be. But it was more to it than that. And so what it was I had to have a business mentor. So starting a business, get you a business mentor, get you somebody that's going to help you structure it. You have your ideas and all of that, but you need to make sure you have it structured right, so your business mentor can actually help you structure it. Or you can hire somebody like Don P, because what, he helps build your systems, build your structures. So Don P, so can you tell us about your class you have, the Mastering Your Niche class?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to, before I get all the way in, I want to thank you for just having me on the show and sharing this knowledge with your fans and your family and your supporters. It is very important that we help each other out and we get on each other's platform and just share. That is actually one of the hidden jewels in marketing, and that's is sharing with other people's platform. Is like, you know, if you got something good that you was eating on and they looking at you and you walk in the door with your friend and he be like, hey, look, where you get those good snacks from? Of course you're going to tell your friend, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, and that's a key thing is you know, one key thing in marketing is not selfish, it's selfless. When you have something that's worth giving to people or worth sharing with people, you don't want to be selfish about it. You don't want to get something good and then say, oh, that's me, and don't want nobody else to know about it. No, you want to share it with as many people that you know that it can impact and help and serve. So one of the key things that I had to learn was that you know, just because we set a price point for something, it has to add value to a person's life, some form of fashion. And when we're saying adding value, we mean serve a problem, answer a question, or particularly create a emotional connection that relieves a form of stress. And when you're actually mastering your niche, you're actually doing one of those three things, if not all of those things. So one key thing that you want to always keep in mind when you're working in your niche is knowing that who you're truly trying to serve and how you're really serving them. It's never about what price you set. When you hear quite often about you know your worth. Well, knowing your worth is all about creating as much value added. And one person that's made it clear to me is uh, as he stated, and this is not my quote. This is actually Greg Cardone, a noted billionaire. He said, "You give more than what you receive so you can receive everything, you know.
Mm.
And you know, a lot of people have that I've come across is scared to give because they worried about not receiving. And we look at it different, you know, in the marketing world, in a success driven world, is that we want to give you as much as we humanly possible can, because we know by giving you will know that we're going to receive everything that we need and more. Um, so you know, in our class, we which is actually a free class right now going on. Um, it's actually a free class we offer and going on right now to the first 300 people to actually learn how to master your niche, define your purpose, and we go through the steps from understanding the actual principles of marketing, all the way up to actually building your exact system. We're talking about an actual system, funnel, website, the whole nine. We're going to get you from beginner to advanced in this course. So it's not a one hit or quit. It's not an overnight type of process. This is actually what you will actually will learn if you was to go into a degree course. I'm actually offering it right now for absolutely free of charge, alone that you show up. So when you hit when you actually have to dial in to get access. So there is no open website for you to get access to the website. So it's all through networking and through direct marketing right now. So if you dial 248 773-4137 and put in the comments driven, you will get an actual text link, and that will get you added to the course. And we offer that course every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be 5:30 Central Time.
Mhm.
You know, and what you will learn is there is we will go through social media from different platforms, which is actually what we were going to be starting this Sunday. Is actually social media platform, how you can actually generate leads, create more interest, and how to create value driven content just in that space alone. Which and how that will work into your system funnel for the actual products and services that you're offering. We also offer a absolutely free network of people that are marketing, and you can test your ideas and your actual uh, systems inside of our chat group. And so you know, iron sharpens iron. So you don't get better without testing it against people that's already doing it. And sometimes a different point of view is all you needed just to go a little further. So we have a whole group and a whole community that you can get different ideas, different perspectives on how to promote and share your idea and your business and your actual products with the team, and then so you can go out to market. So in essence, you'll have a whole marketing and creative agency really for free. You know,
Mhm.
because you know this has been the number one concern that people have been having, starting their business, getting their business going, mastering their skill sets, getting their niche identified, and then growing their niche. And having a lot of people run into this problem so often, and that I had to create this course. That was what was on me. And I have to say that in the industry that I came from, I learned that they're the best at marketing. And the reason why is because their industry is always under attack. So they have to stay ahead of the game all the time. So there's the pioneers who actually create these new platforms, and then there's people that have to test it and draw interest and keep the buzz. Well, these exoticpreneurs, as I call them, are always ahead of the game. Why? Because they're right there. For them to stay relevant, they have to stay on a new platform, and that new platform is how they test to see if it's going to work or not. So you'll be able to create. They're the ones that actually pioneer a lot of the trends you see. They're the ones because they're masters at attention getting. You know, so
Mhm.
because of that, you know, I teach the principles behind uh, 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 drawing attention, making sure you have an interest, covering the five key points on content creation and how you can do it just from your home. You don't need a major production studio, to hiring actual videographers and photographers to step it up as your income and your business grow. So we go through all of that in this class.
Okay, I want to stop you because when I tell you you dropping so many jewels, and I hope people are paying attention to what you are saying. Me being a business owner, I needed these tools. Like I knew what it took to run a business somewhat, but since being in the class, I actually have been showing up in every area of my life. Meaning I'm posting daily. I'm doing things that I would have never thought to do because he like T, you got to get in front of the your audience. You have to post every single solitary day. And I was like, I get it because I used to be selfish in a sense. Like I'm like, I don't want to have to post every day. People see me, but because of the algorithms and because of sometimes like the social media platforms they only show a certain amount, so you got to get used to that. You got to start up in your game. So I wanted to tell somebody that's a business owner thinking about starting a business, sign up for this class. Excuse me, because it is free. And I put the number on the screen. You should invite your friend. Don't be selfish. Do not hold on to this information for just yourself. Share it because you never know who can benefit from it. So to sign up again, you text this number 248-773-4137. Invite your friend to come, but make sure you text in the chat when you do send a message driven, so that way he can know where you are coming from, because we want to make sure you get the information. But once we get to 300 people, you can't come into the class, and we're almost there. So the class is filling up. Make sure you join us. We have, I think, 11 more weeks left. You want to come get it now while it is free, or you can pay the amount that it is. So I'll let him talk about how much it is a little later, but we need to get some more information. So make sure y'all share this video with your family and your friends because they need it, especially if you know they starting a business. Because again, I am a business owner and I know I needed these tools. And I said, T, make sure you get this information out to your family, to your friends, to those that you have yet to meet, because somebody gonna watch this video that do not even know me. But I need you to know my heart. My heart is to share and give information out when it is given to me, because I will never be selfish or try to hold it. So Don, so can you tell us, you said something about our accountability group. Why is
Mhm.
that important?
Well, it's great that you asked that. You know, what feels better, working out with a friend or working out by yourself? What has more fun? Going to a party with a whole bunch of people, or going to a party by yourself? You know, it grates. It helps to have someone that can hold you accountable, that can stand up with you, that can give you feedback and be honest with you, because we're in our community. It's all about us supporting each other. And sometimes, even though we love our friends and our family, sometimes they're going to say something's great that's not great. Just to encourage you. And in our group, we want you to be able to have access to the best, so that you can put your best self forward, and you can be able to look at things objectively instead of subjectively. And it helps you, it holds you accountable. Like, hey, I wish I had that type of education and those type of groups with me when I was coming up. Because in the marketing business, they're always, when you work for a company, they're always pushing. I just want numbers. I want numbers. I want numbers. I want numbers. So they're looking for personality types. Well, in this day and age, you can literally learn the techniques, and because it's a skill, you don't have to have a special personality type to be attractive to people. A lot of people think that uh, the algorithms only work if you're twerking. No, if you add value to the content that you're producing, then you're going to always get traffic. There's people who love cats, just like there's people who love dogs, and there's people who love watching people eat food. And then how did that translate to business for you? Well, if you're a person that is a chef and you eating food all day and they are already into that, then they have a tagline to, hey, if you want to get this recipe, boom, go to eatmyfood.com. And right then and there, you just drew interest and value for people who just want to love eating. I'm just giving one of many examples on how we apply uh, hook points, as they call it, or clickbait, and we go through that whole process of good ways to approach tagline or value add short microfilm microblog site. So I'm going to use some technical terms with you, but I go in a deep dive of what those mean if you actually attend the class. One thing you can go to is 6dailyhabits.com, and on that 6dailyhabits.com, you will actually understand the daily habits that every successful person on the planet use on a daily basis. Doesn't matter what walk of life you're in, no matter if you're on the streets, corporate, cathedral, to on the floor in a homeless person's space. They all apply these 6 daily habits, ironically. And I was fortunate enough to catch and see what those 6 daily habits are. And I've literally put those out there. So you actually have access to learn those 6 daily habits for success on 6dailyhabits.com. And it also gives you access to any replays from the previous classes that we have in place. So it's a lot of things that are going to be available for you um, just for tapping in. And again, this is at this point no charge. Uh, I love 300, so um, that's why the movie 300, the connection of that, and that's why that number is so significant and valuable to me. Because if we get 300 people in a room, I believe that we can change a culture, change a community, change a mindset effectively. Uh, Again, thank you for letting me share your platform with your friends and supporters here. So help me understand. So you stated on how you got your system and you've been working on your business. What have you gained so far from being in the class?
So since he's using reverse psychology on me, I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question because I said this show is not about me today; it's about Don. But because I made that statement, I want you guys to know. So I actually have been spending time writing out my system, and what do I mean by that? It's like there are some things that I needed. So I needed to automate my business, and then I needed to make sure that I had a schedule because if I don't have a schedule, I can't function properly in my day-to-day or in my business. So first I wrote out my whole day-to-day schedule. Then I said, okay, I'm going to have such and such at this time. I'm going to make sure I'm managing like my sleep, my eating, my everything, my whole day. And then like for my future clients and for my clients that I currently have, I'm making sure I have all of these times so I won't be spread it out thin. So that was some of the things that I was missing. But then when it comes to posting, I'm making sure I'm posting and showing up on time in order to get done in time so that way I can continue on my day to day and then actually including a day of rest because so many times I could be doing having all these different projects because I did not have my schedule and it wasn't set in stone. So now it's like, okay, this is holding he's like my accountability partner because I have the group. So I make sure I go to the group first to see what assignments I have. But it's all in it's scheduled. I have a scheduled time to do it. So it's just that's one of the major systems. And then next is going to be able to automate my business structure because that's something or not my business structure, but the rest of the system. So when I get a client from open to close. So that's what I've been missing all along. And he helped me to see this is what I gotta do. And by creating them 6 daily habits because that's necessary because it's like from financial, spiritual, like it's so many different ones like time, health, all of that goes into the 6 daily habits. So thank you for that, Don. And I needed that because I didn't even know that I was already somewhat doing it, but I wasn't showing up in every area. And I feel like once you get those habits and know that all of these areas apply to you on a day to day and personally, you'll go so much farther and you'll have more time and energy to do everything that you're trying to accomplish.
Oh well, really?
Oh
Oh
yes,
really?
really. Oh yes,
Oh,
really.
oh, really, 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 really. So that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm glad that you are gaining some knowledge and some value from these ideals and these philosophies,
Mhm.
which of course, a lot of people would believe that. because of my background and how I made my living for years, that these same skill sets can be applied to anyone in any other walk of life. And we're literally proving it right now that it's not where you start, is where you're going and how you're going
Mm,
to end. So, um, we are making history and delivering people at the same time.
mhm,
So appreciate you on that level.
mhm.
Tell me this:
Okay.
while you've been moving and grooving now, you know, you actually have been starting your daily habits and your actual relationship habit or goal. You
Mhm.
know, how has that been working with you? In regards to working with people and connecting more.
It's actually working very well because of the simple fact I need you guys to understand. I, I moved from Michigan at the end of January. I started this show, the Tea Nicole Show. Then I'm connecting to new people that are no longer in Michigan. Like I still work with people in Michigan, but now I'm in a whole new area. So I'm getting out of my comfort zone. And the more I show up and I'm telling people what I'm doing, I'm getting exposure to new people that's outside of my comfortable zone because I'm from Michigan, born and raised, been there all my life. But I just recently started taking this class, but I've been working with Don before taking the class. And so something stuck. It was like he kept speaking life to me. And he was like, T, you can do it. You can make it. And so I'm already in an uncomfortable place and it's a new place. So it's like as I'm showing up daily, doing my posts and I'm just being vulnerable on front of the screen because I'm telling people this is who I am and this is what I do and I'm actually showing up as a coach and I'm a coach that's willing to learn. So it's like I'm always learning and I'm here and so it's like it's beautiful because I'm meeting new people and so that's the relationship piece and practicing the 66 daily habits it's just like oh wow it's so refreshing because some of y'all don't know I always talk about it on my lives for those that don't know me it's like I'm actually healing through a process right now, like physically healing, spiritually healing, and mentally healing. So these daily habits, because one of them, the biggest piece that I've always been doing, but I've been doing more of is the spiritual piece, because that's a part of the six daily habits. But it goes with relationships because a lot of my relationships were broken. So it's like I had to heal. The first relationship that I needed to heal was with who? Self. That was the main relationship that I had to heal because I didn't always show up as myself. I was showing up as somebody else. So I had to learn to forgive myself and pour back into myself. And so now I'm pouring into new people, other people, and I don't have any expectations of people. I just want people to always be themselves. But I'm not even going to expect you to do that. You're going to show me who you are. But it's amazing because the more I do these daily habits, I'm like, this is what I needed. This is what how I'm gonna show up each and every day. Cause like being on this show with Don speaking, because I was like, this ain't about me. I don't really want to say anything, but a lot of people don't even know me on the show. A lot of people you have not met me yet. So I'm like, okay, T, I gotta get out my comfort zone. So me just showing up here in this new space, T Nicole, we're in a whole new realm. This is the beginning, and I'm so excited. So these daily habits that I do, I'm able to show up more as myself for you and let you know I am available to be your coach. Because the old me, because of all my limited self beliefs and all of these other doubts and all of that, I could not show up today as T. I know y'all keep hearing me say Therese because my name is Therese, but I go by T Nicole. It's just another piece of me. So you'll hear that story one day on the Tea Nicole show. But just know I'm showing up. So Don, what about you? So we're gonna ask you that same question. in regards to relationships and you doing the 6 daily habits?
Oh well, one of the things that you funny, but one of the things is as you apply your 6 daily habits, one of the rules that is for me is I want to connect with people that I do have a personal relationship, but but I also want to give me 1 second here.
Okay. Okay, guys, he's going to answer the question, but because the time is almost over, I hate to leave, but I just want to say thank you guys for joining us on today. You have been a breath of fresh air, and we really do enjoy you. And so we'll get his answer later. I'm going to have him back on the show another time. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Tea Nicole Show, and we'll see you next month. Have a wonderful day. And if you would like to be a guest on our show, please inbox me at www.tereseteasley.com, or you can inbox me on the Tea Nicole Show on Facebook. Thank you and have a good day.